Good morning, dear students. Today we shall read the lesson The Portrait of a Lady. The Portrait of a Lady, which has been written by Khuswant Singh. It has been written, notice these expressions in the text, infer their meaning from the context. When these expressions will come in the text, we shall discuss about it. Now let us read the text. My grandmother, like everybody's grandmother, was an old woman. Khuswant Singh here describes that the grandmothers are old ladies, and his grandmother was also an old lady like any other person's grandmother. She had been old and wrinkled for the 20 years that I had known her. The author here describes that he had been with his grandmother for approximately 20 years or more than 20 years, and he had been watching her in the same condition for 20 years. Her face was puckered, that is, wrinkled. There were crisscross on her face. She had been wrinkled for the 20 years that I had known her. There were wrinkles, there were crisscross on her face. People said that she had once been young and pretty and had even had a husband. But that was hard to believe. The narrator here describes that people said that once his grandmother had been a pretty lady, she had been extremely beautiful, and she had a husband. But the narrator says that as he had been watching her for 20 years, he had not noticed any change in her face, and so it was hard to believe. It could not be believed that once she had been young, pretty, and she had a husband. My grandfather's portrait hung above the mantelpiece in the drawing room. The author describes that his grandfather's portrait was there in the drawing room. It was above the mantelpiece. He wore a big turban and loose-fitting clothes. As Khuswant Singh was a Sikh, so his forefathers, his parents and his grandparents were Sikhs, and his grandfather wore a turban. As Sikhs put on turban, he too had a turban on his head, and he was wearing loose-fitting clothes, that is kurta pajama. His long white beard covered the best part of his chest, and he looked at least 100 years old. The narrator here describes that his long white beard covered the best part of his chest. His grandfather's long beard covered the best part of his chest. The most part of his chest had been covered by his beard, and he looked like at least 100 years old. He looked so old that the author thought that he must have been minimum 100 years old. He was undoubtedly a grandfatherly figure. He did not look the sort of a person who would have a wife or children. The author describes that he was not such type of a person who would have a wife or children. He looked as if he could only have lots and lots of grandchildren. The author says that undoubtedly he was a grandfatherly figure, and it appeared that he had lots of grandchildren. As for my grandmother, being young and pretty, the thought was almost revolting. The first expression that we have seen there, the thought was almost revolting. The thought that she had been once young and pretty could not be believed. It was revolting. The author thought that his grandparents had never been young, and his grandmother, whom he had been watching for more than 20 years, would have never been young and pretty. As he thinks that his grandfather was really a grandfatherly figure and he could have only lots of grandchildren, in the same way he thinks that his grandmother was also an old lady forever. She often told us of the games she used to play as a child. In childhood, people, young children, play games, and the narrator's grandmother told him how she played different games that seemed quite absurd and undignified on her part, and we treated it like the fables of the prophets she used to tell us. The narrator says that whatever stories, whatever games she said that she played in her childhood, the narrator could not believe that, and he considered as the stories, as the fables that she told about the prophets, the holy persons. Next paragraph. She had always been short and fat, slightly bent. The narrator here describes that his grandmother had always been a short lady. She was not a tall lady, she was a short lady. And fat, she was not thin, she was a fat lady, she was short, fat, and slightly bent. Her face was a crisscross of wrinkles running from everywhere to everywhere. As we have described earlier, she had a puckered face, and the wrinkles ran from everywhere to everywhere. No, we were certain she had always been as we had known her. The narrator says that they were certain, the people were certain that she had always been an old lady as they had seen her. Old, so terribly old that she could not have grown older. She was so old, terribly old, that she could not have grown older. The narrator says that she had been so old that it was impossible for her to grow more old, to grow older, and had stayed at the same age for 20 years. She had stayed at the same age as he had been watching her for 20 years. He had been watching her in the same condition for 20 years. She could never have been pretty, but she was always beautiful. The narrator says that he felt that his grandmother could never have been pretty. Pretty here stands for physical beauty, and she was always beautiful. Beautiful here stands for the inner spiritual beauty. So he thinks that his grandmother had never been physically beautiful, but she was always beautiful by her soul. She hobbled about the house in spotless white, with one hand resting on her waist to balance her stoop and the other telling the beads of her rosary. The narrator says that she moved about the house. She walked about the house. In one of her hands, she had a rosary, and she was constantly telling the beads of her rosary, and she placed the other hand on her waist to balance her stoop. Her silver locks were scattered untidily over her pale, puckered face, and her lips constantly moved in inaudible prayer. Her silver locks means white hair, locks means hair, silver, white hair were scattered untidily over her pale, puckered face. The locks were the braids, that is, the hair was scattered on her old, puckered face, wrinkled face, and her lips constantly moved in inaudible prayer. She always prayed to God. Yes, she was beautiful. She was like the winter landscape in the mountains. The narrator says she was beautiful, and he compares his grandmother to the winter landscape in the mountains. Dear students, you know that in winter there is snowfall on the mountains. The grandmother was an old lady, so her hair was white. She put on white cloths as she was a widow, and so she put on white cloths. She was a fair colored lady, and so the narrator compares her to the winter landscape in the mountains, as the snow that falls on the mountains is white, and the grandmother appeared completely like the winter landscape in the mountains. An expanse of pure white serenity, breathing peace and contentment. The narrator says that his grandmother was breathing peace and contentment. She was like pure white serenity. Thank you, students. The other part we shall read, it was the introduction about the grandmother. Now, how they stayed at home, you shall read in next video.